When we listen to the radio, we never agree on the station.
Classic rock.
Hip-hop.
Pop! Guys, quiet. The one thing we do agree on, we all want an awesome free phone. That's why we switched to Metro PCS.
Stop by Metro PCS with the whole family and get 4 free phones of your choice from brands you love, like Samsung, Motorola, and LG when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out.
Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Free phone requires port. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
Blog Talk Radio.
I always think that Tuesday is Wednesday and Wednesday is Thursday, and I'm just confused, or I'm very tired, or I'm a combination of both. Couple quick announcements before I forget. I don't want to forget to remind everybody tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, which is 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. Michael Gross is going to be on the show. To those of you that don't know who he is not only a life improvement coach, but he's got this, I don't even want to give it away. In fact, I'm not even going to give it away. He has these really, really cool positivity, imagery sort of things that he does every day. And what's so cool about that is if you follow me on social media, you already know that I do that whole, if you're reading this now and giving you a lot of positive energy and a lot of positive thoughts during the day. So I'm super excited to talk to him in terms of how psychologically and physically he alters to help the mind in such a way where we're all thinking more positively and more permanently on change and passion and purpose. So I'm totally excited about that. So that's Wednesday, and that's 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. Thursday we have our double-decker once again, which is John Livingston is going to be on, first portion of the show, which is, of course, a author turned musician, very late in life, I might add, at mid-50s. And then at 2 o'clock, PR czar Patty Hughes. I'm so excited, so excited to be talking to her about her new Curvy line. And then Friday, we round out the rest of the week at 12:30 Central Standard Time with the Margaret Josephs, who is the newest member of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Couple quick side notes, and we'll get on to Terence before I forget. First of all, go ahead and check Art is Alive Film Festival, my film festival, which we just know finished up last month in New York City. All photos are loaded up. All the videos should be there. All the winners should be listed. If I missed anything, please do let me know. Again, it's Art is Alive Film Festival on Facebook or Art is Alive filmfestival.yolasite.com. I actually had to think about that a minute, and it's my festival. It's been a long week already. Last thing I want to mention before I forget to everybody is my calendar is coming out next month. Obviously, of course, it's a spin-off of the Art is Alive Film Festival. And why? Because all of the winners as well as the contestants all got an opportunity to be in the calendar this year. And so we're going to publish it. It's a picture of me. It's a picture of me with them. It's all the social media links and ways to find them. And it's my written review of each one of their films. I'm super excited about this. I can't even wait to tell you about it. I can't wait for you to see it. It's called Art is Alive, The Magic of Indie Movies. That's on Facebook. If you click on the link, you'll automatically be able to see that the website is located there. Go to the website. Oh, my God, I can't even tell you about this. Mega talent, and we have 18 months on there total. So I'm so super excited. Can't stand it. Today, we have a young man who is very graciously holding the line for me. This has sadly had to have been a rescheduled interview twice, so I'm so very grateful that he's taking his time and giving me his patience while I give all our announcements. So without further ado, let's start talking to Terence about music. Hi there.
Hello. How you doing?
Oh, my gosh, I'm nervous. You remind me of somebody. Yeah, I'm nervous. You're a big deal.
I'm myself. I don't remind you of anybody.
I was looking at your pictures, and I was listening to your music, and I saw all of these different things that you've done. And you're so young. I mean, for being so young, you've done a great deal of things. Quite a number of them.
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
and I'm impressed. And I have a lot of questions.
Did you watch
actually.
my videos? Did you see my videos?
I did.
You did.
The videos, and I've listened to your music, and I've also seen your biography, and I've also done, I'm a journalist, so obviously it's my job to read articles about you and to learn things about you. So hopefully now my listening audience will find out who you are, because they probably haven't listened to as much as I have and heard as much about you as I have. So we'll see what I can get out of you. First of all, okay. I want to ask you a question. Obviously, you're a younger man, early 20s, clearly. And so when you first started composing and putting music together, were you originally, because as I understand it, you're considered R&B/hip-hop. So was that the genre you always wanted to work in or be in, or did you start somewhere else and eventually gravitate to that?
I mean, it was just at first, it was kind of like an addiction, and I was dabbing into like mixing and engineering, and I bought a Logic Pro, which is like a thing you use to like mix your vocals and stuff like that. So, I mean, I always had kind of a specific taste, but it just kind of evolved, and I'm still evolving, and I'm still getting better and like working on my lyrics and writing, like the writing process and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like the more you experience, the better the writing gets. So I can like, you know, talk through experience, because I don't really want to say something or say I can relate to something I can't, you know.
I understand. I do actually, and I've listened in some of the lyrics and in some of the songs. I was curious about how long it takes you. Like, let's say, for instance, you get inspiration for writing a song, and you say, all right, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to do this. Your process, how long does it take you? Because you're younger, so I would assume much sharper, much faster, etc. So what's the average amount of time it takes you to compose something?
It's not hard, probably like 20 minutes.
Wow. That's really impressive.
Really,
oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Really?
My goal is to eventually be able to, like, knock out, like, maybe 10 songs a day at one point. Eventually, you know, in a couple of years, because I'm not stopping. So, you know, it doesn't take me long. I just did a song. It's called Changes, and it's one of my favorite songs I've done so far. And it took me like 20 minutes. It was really easy. I don't know, it just comes super easy for me.
Now, when you started off writing stuff, have you ever considered taking some of these feelings and thoughts that you put into song and putting them into written verse, like poetry, some kind of a book, etc.? I could see that.
I mean, yeah, maybe in the future I'll write a book. Probably in the future, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know what the future holds.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, and what's interesting is I noticed that the younger generation, because obviously I'm double your age, I'm a little bit older, and so of course obviously musical styles can be a little bit different. But one of the things that I noticed about you is you've kind of made it a mission, so to speak, in the songs that I listen to. There's less profanity. There's less. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Sometimes when you watch hip hop or hip hop stuff out there, it's very vulgar at times. It speaks about women very inappropriately, and you haven't chosen to do that. I think that's quite admirable, actually.
No, I think that's what's going to make me different is that I'm not like, obviously my music is going to be way better when I find my team and all that stuff. But yeah, I think that's what makes me different. I'm not out here like writing about like, you know, I want my music to have a meaning, and I want, you know, remember me, and I want to have an image for myself where, you know, people can like, I guess, look up to me, and I think that's the goal. Like, I'm not trying to be anybody else. I don't look up to anybody but myself. I look up to myself, and I think that, you know, I have something to say to the world, and I know that I just don't really know what it is exactly yet, but I know that I do have something to say here. I know it. I don't even like guess it. I know I have something to say. I just don't know what it is yet.
Got it. Well, and it is, like I said, it is impressive that you are not going with norm, which is obviously, of course, some of the stuff that goes into these songs. Also, I've noticed that in the course of your videos, we get a good opportunity to see you, which is cool because obviously you're the main artist, so that's in there. Do you often shoot, because I know you're in LA, right? So does that mean that you do all of your shoots on location there? Do you travel to put your videos together?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about finding different scenes, like different places for your videos. So, I mean, yeah, we went to Malibu, and we went like for one of my videos, and we just go all over, like, you know, LA, Orange County, and just try to find, like, you know, good spots to film. And I don't know, it just comes together. Like, you know, I edit all my videos as well, so, and I film them too. So, I mean, it just comes together.
So you're kind of like you're saying, you're looking for a team because obviously because you're younger, I would assume that you don't have a mixer and a composer, and you don't have a full studio, and you don't have some of the same things as some of the other people do as of yet because you're obviously
of course not. If I did, it would be a whole different ball game. You know, I don't have like what these top artists have. I do it all myself right now, but you know, I feel like they all started kind of where I am starting right now. So I mean, right. I'm not really necessarily looking for a team, because I feel like at the right time it's going to come. And I feel like at the right time it will come together, and all at the right timing. So, you know, right now I'm just literally working on myself and everything. And I think that's the most important thing, is to just, you know, work on yourself and be the best you can be. You know, I think that's what is very important, being the best. I think that's the goal of like being here, is to, you know, live out the highest you can live out.
I understand. Now, you've been in music for a short amount of time, so I have to ask the question. When you were younger, have you done any form of technical training, meaning did you practice with someone? Are you educated at all musically? Have you played or performed with anyone? Any kind of background relative to music?
Yeah, I have a lot of family that's like was always into music and playing guitars when I was younger. So I like, you know, I always like had like, I always saw the guitar and I loved it, and I just started. I always wanted to do that, you know. And I've worked with a lot of people that, you know, are kind of in the music industry, and they kind of mentored me, you know, not anybody huge, but just like little things that gave me wisdom throughout my life. And you know, I've worked with a bunch of different people, and I learned different things from each one of them, and they kind of made me out to be like what I am right now.
Nice. By chance, have you ever played the piano? I don't know, for some strange reason I looked at you and I thought I could see him playing piano. So just a random question. I wasn't sure if you did. But.
Yeah, I can play piano. I pretty much can do anything.
Really?
I set my mind to.
Nice.
There's really nothing I can't do.
And because you're young, I have to ask this because obviously I'm much older. Are you influenced, or have you been influenced by the music or any of the performances or style of any of the current or past musicians? Who influences you, or throughout the course of time?
I mean, I wouldn't really say anybody influences me. I would just say, like, well, I guess, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'll take different bits and pieces from different artists, and I'll, like, you know, whether, like, how they sing or how they articulate their words, I'll just, you know, I'll take bits and pieces of everybody, you know, and I just, like, I study music, you know, whether I'm just listening to it in my car, or listening to, like, Chris Brown, or listening to, like, Ed Sheeran, you know, I just take bits and pieces. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be anybody else. I'm just trying to do me, you know, and be the best that I can be. I'm not trying to be like, it's offensive to me when somebody compares me to somebody else, to be honest with you. It's just offensive. Like, I don't like it. You know, don't compare me to anybody, because I'm my own individual person. You know, I'm not anybody else. I've never, you know, so.
I do. Uniqueness is important, and especially in this industry, obviously. That's a good question, really. Because you're in L.A., clearly it's a very competitive industry there, just like New York City. Obviously, there's a lot of musicians. There's a lot of people out there trying to get themselves established. Do you ever worry about being in a league with so many other people? Are you remaining confident that you can get your brand and your business out there and people will gravitate to you?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course I worry about it. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. I definitely worry about, you know, if it's going to happen. You know, I don't know if it's going to happen really 100%. I feel like I have what it takes, you know, because I've been out in LA. I moved around. Like, I've been exposed to the type of people, you know, and not everybody can handle being out here. Like, you know, I came out here a couple of years ago by myself, you know, and I made it. Like, I feel like there's different levels to making it. Like, I didn't make it, you know, in the music industry yet, but I made it out here by myself. Like, so, you know, that's an accomplishment number one I can just check off the list, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, I do worry about it a little bit, but, you know, I keep walking in faith and, you know, having, like, hope that things are gonna, you know, pop off. But I guess right now I'm just being patient.
Good thinking, actually. Plus, you've done other things, too, because clearly I know in the past that you've done commercial work, you've done modeling, which we'll get into. So it's nice to have something that's out there, which is of creative nature as well, as a matter of fact. Interesting question for you. It's been said that you use music in some forms as medicinal purposes, whether that would be the heart, the head, etc. Can you expand a little bit on that in terms of what is it that music gives to you that benefits you personally and professionally?
Like music is definitely like a drug, I feel like, for me, because I can just be listening to music and like I can be, like I could be really low and feeling like super low, and then like I'll go on my mic and record something and I'll feel like way better, like whether, and either, if I'm making music, it can help me feel better, or I can just be like, put in my earphones one day and I can, just listen to music like I'm walking in the store or something. It'll just give me that extra boost. It makes me, music definitely is a big, big part of my life. I don't think I can make it without music. It raises my mood substantially all the time.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And you have also stated, of course, and I know this because I read this in an article and I thought this is something you should talk about, because some people that are listening in are young and they're first starting out or have been in the music industry for a while. Keeping creative control, like I'm an author, so it's very difficult at times for us to be able to keep control of something once you sell it or work with a business, etc. And I know it's important to you to keep control of your own music. So what would you advise to somebody, because we're in a business where sometimes you can create something, but to get it sold or something, you have to change it. What would you recommend to somebody in terms of keeping creative control, but yet still making a success of yourself in this business? Does that make sense?
You mean like taking creative, like having other people create for them, or what?
Like for instance, I've done books before, obviously, and in the past, a lot of times, or like even in radio, sometimes if you want to become syndicated, you have to give away some of that creative control. Meaning, some of my ideas I would have to give up.
I know where you're going.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
okay.
At this point, I've been through some stuff and I've learned a lot, and I'm still learning so much. And I don't know nearly as much as I want to right now, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I think that since I haven't made it yet and I haven't found my right team yet, I think at this point it's almost like I'm becoming dangerous, because when I do find my team, I'm going to know my worth. And I think creative control is knowing your worth, like knowing that, you can be, because if you give your creative control over to somebody, like obviously you need people with you, working with you, to help you to grow your, obviously I'll be more creative with other people helping me, and obviously everybody needs, whether, depending on the profession you're going after, I think everybody needs help in some way.
Sure.
But I think knowing your value, knowing what you're worth, because at this point I'm growing in every area, every aspect of myself, my creativity, my internal strength, just how I talk and use my words. And, I think that it's kind of knowing your worth, knowing what you have to offer, and just at this point, I can tell if somebody comes to me and wants to help me, I can tell if I want you. I don't have to use you if I really don't think you're going to benefit me, So I know what level I'm at. And I know my talent level at right now, because I worked really, really hard. I wasn't always this good. I worked hard to get here. I worked hard to, hours. I would sing for hours. I would sit in my car doing scales, hours. It was an obsession. And in a way, it still is an obsession, but I've been discouraged a little bit. But I'm still I feel like real dreams don't die. So, just knowing your worth and knowing what you have to offer. And, not handing it over to just anybody, because I've made mistakes and I've signed contracts, which I shouldn't have. And then, I got out of the contracts, and then at this point, it's I'm not going to hand, what I have over to somebody, because at the end of the day, it could be huge what I'm on right now. It could be something huge, something that it could be big. I don't know. I don't know yet, but it could be big. I just don't know yet.
Of course, and it's going to take some time, obviously. And the other part of the equation is that you know what you want, and you seem to have a good direction of where you're going in, which is important. And staying true to yourself is even more important, clearly. I want to talk a bit about you've done commercial ad work before, and I know a lot of my friends who have acted have started out doing commercial work. So was that something that you got involved in on your own, or your parents got you involved in, or what made you want to do commercial work?
Well, my mom enrolled me in in a modeling agency when I was younger, and I just did like some advertisements and some commercials, and they paid me some good money, and yeah, it was a cool experience, and it taught me some things about the industry. You know, I did this like music video for this girl one time, and it's all a learning process. You know, I took every opportunity that I was given I didn't really, like, whether big or small, I didn't really complain about it, and I just took it as a learning experience. And, you know, sometimes you realize that, you know, you might complain or, like, be like, I'm better than this opportunity, but then, like, you can, and I could talk for a lot of people, you know, because you might be going through something and you're like, oh, I'm better than this, but, you know, at the end of the day, like, maybe you're not. Maybe this is what you need at this moment, because if you didn't have this opportunity, then you're not ready for, you know, like, what's coming next. Like, this is preparing you.
Right.
You know, that's how I look at it. I look at everything as preparation.
That's a good attitude, actually. And do you think you might envision yourself doing commercial work down the road? Or was that just something you did as you were young?
I wouldn't really want to do commercial work. I envision myself being, like, in movies, and, like, I could see myself doing everything, you know. I could see myself in control of all social media and all outlets, you know. I don't really know how powerful I am until it happens. So, you know, I just have the mentality right now where I don't know. You know, I just don't know. So I think that's wise for me to say that, because I read a book called Ego is the Enemy, and they talk about how, you know, like I'm not going to sit here and say I know everything. You know, I'd rather sit here and say I don't know anything, because the more you learn, the more there is to learn.
That makes sense.
You know?
And on the modeling side of things, I could see automatically, because I saw you and I thought to myself, this is something that he probably enjoys doing. So I take it that you're not shy in front of the camera, because obviously you're doing videos, you're doing modeling, that sort of good stuff. Or is there more of a shy side to you? Because that's not the impression I'm getting, because I'm like, if he's doing all this, maybe not. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a shy guy.
I mean, I don't really know. I feel like, I don't know. I've been changing lately, and I don't know. I mean, if I tell myself I'm shy, I'm probably shy, but I don't know. I don't think I'm that shy. I think it's just getting out there and, like, blossoming, you know, because I feel like, you know, I'm not really that shy. I mean, I can be. I feel like everybody can be shy, but at the end of the day, yeah, I love the camera. Like, the camera loves me. So the camera's my friend.
Yes, I have seen various different poses, my God. And then I found out that you were in The Amazing Spider-Man, and my children just jumped up and down sideways, like, oh, my God, he's in The Amazing Spider-Man. How did that happen? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, just we got a role, and I was it was cool. It was a good experience, and I saw Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx was right there, and he was, like, in his, like I forget what, he was, like, glowing up or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really, really cool experience.
Oh, I imagine so. Had you done acting before that, or was it just more of because sometimes people just go and have more of a slight role, like a background role, or had you had experience with this prior to that?
I did another thing like that, but, it's just kind of like background roles, you know, just, you know, experience, like I said.
It all factors in over time, clearly. And as you mentioned, do you think you might do something in the realm of independent film? A lot of my friends are in independent film circuits. That kind of seems to be the way to go nowadays. I mean, Hollywood films are terrific, but they're hard to get into.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. Whatever opportunity arises, I'm gonna jump through the door. So yeah, I'm ready for anything at this point, but it has to be like, I'm not going to take any whack opportunities. I know, like I said, I know my worth. I know what I kind of know what I can be. So I mean, yeah,
Sure.
If it's a dope film, of course I'm gonna if it fits me and I can do it. Yeah, I would love to act. I just, you know, right now it's kind of, I'm trying to find my way at the same time. So if an opportunity arises, yeah, of course I would be down for that.
I understand. Now, I happen to be on your Instagram, and I noticed, and this is just the cutest little thing, and I didn't mean to embarrass you, but I would assume that the woman that you're referring to in your pictures is your girlfriend, because you had mentioned, I had read some of these comments, and I thought this is just the cutest little thing, and so I assume that you have a significant other that is, or you have been with for a while now, I take it.
Wait, what picture? Are you on my right Instagram? Because I don't really have anything to see her on my Instagram.
I have you listed on Instagram, Terence Shaun, right? Terence Shaun, Shaun.
Yeah. What picture are you talking about?
I was looking and researching you, and then I happened to see these cute little pictures of yourself, and, well, I assumed it was your girlfriend, but I could be mistaken. I just happened to notice this, and it was a while ago, a good month ago or so, when I first started researching.
Oh, yeah, maybe that yeah. I think I know what picture you're talking about. I took it off, yeah. I do have a girlfriend. She's amazing.
Yes, I see that, and she's very beautiful, I have to say. Now, is she creatively inclined too? Meaning she does music or art or things along those lines?
She can she's not like, terrible. She can like, she has some like musical ability, and she helps me film the videos. So she's really like good with that. She's definitely artistic.
Sure. Now, when you were composing some of these recordings that you're writing in terms of that, tell me some of the places, meaning that every person gets inspiration from certain things. Do you have to be in a certain place? Are some of these based on certain experiences of yours? How do you get motivated?
I don't know. Anytime I do the best work in anything I do, it's when I want to do it. It's when people want me to do something, it's kind of like I want to. It's like something I have to do. Like if I'm just feeling it, I just have to feel it. Like I just have to, it just has to be like the right beat and like the right, vibe, and like, then it just happens. I feel like the best work that's ever done just kind of happens. Like I don't know.
Sure.
I've learned a lot already, and I'm not really trying to do anything right now. Like I said, like whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen. I'm just kind of living with the flow, going with the flow right now.
Well, and I had listened to the last couple of songs, actually, obviously Long Time Coming being one of them, and This Life Can Be Crazy, and I have my personal preference in terms of that. But so far with all the music you've composed, do you have a particular song or something that's close to your heart, one particular composition that you've put together that you thought, this is probably my favorite? Do you have one?
The songs that like I've done already are kind of just like things that I've just like kind of just like said, like, screw it, I'm gonna put this out. Like I'm just gonna do, because it's not like I have like millions of views right now, So I'm just kind of just doing it. Like I don't care. I'm just putting it out. Like whether it's, I like it and it's good. I look at it as like practice. Like it's not, obviously this isn't who I'm gonna end up being. It's all evolution. And I have one song that I just put on my SoundCloud. It's called Changes, and that's like my favorite one. And it's like I'm going through all these types of changes right now, so that's my favorite one. That's one that probably resonates with me the most, because I am going through a lot of changes, and I don't really know what's happening right now. So that's kind of what it talks about.
I gotcha. And have you met people that have seen you perform, et cetera, or people that listen to your videos and give you feedback? I mean, is your audience telling you what they like or what they're familiar with or what you're doing that they enjoy?
I mean, obviously, I don't really agree with that, because I feel like when I get my fan base, they're gonna love me for who I am, and obviously people are gonna try to adjust me to be better, but I'm not really I'm not trying to I don't know, I kind of look at that like reversed. I want the fans to I want them to find me out for who I am, and then eventually obviously my music will change. Like obviously I plan to eventually actually be in the music industry at some point, whether it happens when I'm 23 or next year or 25. Like it's going to happen, I feel like, eventually. I think that the fans are going to love me for who I am. I'm not really trying to make music to cater to any audience. I'm just kind of doing music like for me. I'm trying to develop my own style, and I have faith that once I find my own style on my own and I become the most authentic person I can be, then I feel like then it's going to pop off. But right now it's like all experimenting, with all different things and just different beats and writing and just getting my mind open to the writing, and and definitely when you experience more things, you go through more things, you can write about more things, and so that's pretty much where I'm at right now.
Now, I'm fortunate enough to have an MP3 of one of your songs, which we're going to play in a second. So if you can do an introduction to your own song, the one I'm playing, of course, is This Life Can Be Crazy. Talk a bit about this song and let the folks know what they're listening to relative to the song.
Can you play a different one, or is it too late?
That's the only one that I have. I'm sorry. This was the only one that was given to me. So I unfortunately don't have another one. Otherwise, I could have played a different one. Or, you know what you could do after the interview?
I'm kind of sick of that song right now. I've heard it millions of times. Because I mix it too. Like, I mix all my music, so I hear it like all the time. But yeah, I mean, it's about like this life can be crazy. You know, it can be crazy. It's a ride. You know, you just ride it out and see what happens. And you know, you trying to find a way out of life, because I feel like life's like a matrix, and we're all trying to get out of it. You know,
sure,
that's what it's mostly about.
Sure. So what we'll do is I'll play this, and then obviously remind me, or I should say at the end of the show, you can always send me another MP3. And what I can do is the next time I do another show, I can actually play it on air. So this way then my listening audience is hearing it, because most of them have probably not heard you before. So for them, this will be new. But if you want something else played at another point in time, I can certainly do that. It just will be on another show, just to let you know. But let's play the song so that my listening audience can hear this. This is This Life Can Be Crazy.
Yeah. Shawn. This life be so crazy. Be so crazy. Ooh. Taylor about the fucking flex. This life be so crazy. I don't want it anymore. I've been trying to escape it. I feel like there's got to be more. And she know what I came to do. Make her fall in love with me. I'll be out in Malibu to show you how good things can be. Everybody make excuses, and I'm really about to do this. I don't got every solution, but I'm about to go exclusive. 'Cause this life can be crazy, so crazy. And this life can be crazy. You already know. Yeah, I'm walking outside thinking to myself, when the thing's gonna change. Dear God, I wonder, can you save me? Dear God, I wonder, can you save me? 'Cause this life can be crazy. Oh.
Nice. I do like that song. I'm not going to lie. I realize you're the artist, so you hear it all the time, but it's well done, and I think it exemplifies your voice. You do have a very nice voice, actually, and you do sound a bit more mature than your age, meaning I think you sound older. I don't know if you ever hear that or not, but I definitely think that's my opinion. I think so. May I ask you, because I see you released a new video a week ago, None of My Business. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but how is that going, and what is the premise behind that song?
Just like certain things are none of my business, you know. I don't have really any business in certain things. Like, honestly, opinions are none of my business. What somebody thinks about me isn't my business. So pretty much that's it. And I just kind of, like I said, it just happens. Like, it's in me. You know, whatever's in me just comes out, and I just, portray what I want to portray, and whatever I, have imagined in my mind, I make it, reality in these videos. Like, even if like the world isn't really how I want the world to be, I can make my world like. The thing about how I like doing these videos is I can literally like make my videos look like a different world. You know, you should watch it. Watch it. I think you'll like it. It's different. You know, it's different, but you know, I think that it's cool. So and I'm evolving. Like this isn't me at my best. You know.
Sure, I understand. Definitely. Now, if somebody is listening in today and by chance they either want to purchase your music or else they want to see you perform in person, are either of those things happening in the future? Is there something coming up that people can come and see you at? Or have you put all these compilations onto a CD yet?
No, I haven't put them on a CD yet, but I have a couple shows I'm doing in December in LA. And
nice.
Yeah, I've been just kind of getting out there and playing for people with my guitar and singing and just like getting exposure that way and you know practicing that. So I mean, yeah, there is some stuff in December that I'm doing, but yeah, I don't have anything on the CD yet that you can buy right at this moment.
All right, I'm going to read off just a list of different places to find you. When I get finished, just let me know if I've missed anything. And this is more for the listening audience, obviously, for one, because you know how to find you. But in case you folks are listening in and this gentleman, you want to find him, I'm going to give you the various ways to do so. First of all, he has a YouTube channel. He also is on SoundCloud. He is on Facebook, and on Facebook it's listed as T, and then Shaun is S-H-A-U-N, and then McGovern is his last name, and it's spelled M-C-G-O-V-E-R-N. He is also on both Twitter and Instagram at Terence Shaun for both, as a matter of fact. Any other places where you're at or a website or anything else that I might have missed?
Did you say my SoundCloud?
Mm-hmm. And your YouTube channel and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. And I didn't see a website, so I'm guessing that eventually. That's it?
That's it.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, young man, if I am in LA in December, I will certainly look you up because I might be there. I can't guarantee if I will be or not, but I have to go to LA for another matter, in which case then if I'm there, I'm a huge supporter of live music, so I would definitely come and see you play. And if you decide that you ever want to get into the piano side of things, I am shooting 2 films next year, and I'm always looking for independent musicians, but these would require piano. So if you put together a song on the piano and you want it used in film, you should look me up and let me know. I'd be more than happy. I think that would be wonderful. And I can't thank you enough for taking some time to come on and speak to us. I am guessing with that voice and that presence that you have, you'll do very well. But feel free. I mean, come back to the show anytime you like. Come back in 6 months or come back when you've got a new CD put together and keep us posted on how you're doing.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. No problem at all. You have a great afternoon. I'll talk to you soon.
You too. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, folks, that was the young man himself. He's new on the horizon, but hopefully will be very fabulous and famous before we know it. Again, his name is Terence Shaun McGovern, and he has a YouTube channel, and, of course, it's T. Shaun. I should have mentioned that. On the YouTube channel, it's T, the letter T, and then Shaun, which is S-H-A-U-N. Again, same name for Twitter and Instagram, at Terence Shaun, or again, Terence Shaun on Instagram. His Facebook is T period and then Shaun, S-H-A-U-N, and then McGovern is the last name, M-C-G-O-V-E-R-N. He is also on SoundCloud, and as he mentioned, if you're in the LA area in December, clearly he's going to be playing out with just himself and the guitar, minus doing any recording. As we heard today, the song we played was This Life Can Be Crazy. He also has some of the other tracks, Long Time Coming, True to Yourself, What Can I Do? And None of My Business, as I mentioned, which was just released a week ago or so. So please take the time to at least subscribe to his channel. Go ahead and listen to some of his music. Watch some of his videos. Let him know what your thoughts are on that. As you see, he's kind of moving and evolving and trying to find some direction here, so I'm sure he would appreciate that. A reminder to folks as far as for tomorrow, like I mentioned, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, Michael Gross, Life Empowerment Coach, is going to be on the show. And again, 2 shows on Thursday and rounding out with the Real Housewives of New Jersey on Friday. I thank you guys ever so very much for, one, listening in today, and for another, all of the very sweet messages and care and concern you've been sending me. Know that it's truly appreciated. I'm trying to do the best I can to keep up with work and home and health, but just know that you're all appreciated. I guess have a wonderful afternoon. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
When we listen to the radio, we never agree on the station.
Classic rock.
Hip-hop. Pop. Guys, quiet. The one thing we do agree on, we all want an awesome free phone. That's why we switched to Metro PCS.
Stop by Metro PCS with the whole family and get 4 free phones of your choice from brands you love, like Samsung, Motorola, and LG when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out.
Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Free phone requires port. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
When we listen to the radio, we never agree on the station.
Classic rock.
Hip-hop. Pop. Guys, quiet. The one thing we do agree on, we all want an awesome free phone. That's why we switched to Metro PCS.
Stop by Metro PCS with the whole family and get 4 free phones of your choice from brands you love, like Samsung, Motorola, and LG when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out.
Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Free phone requires port. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.